come down to the mat room to plot my route back today, all 190 miles of it. There's Wi-Fi down here and that isn't in the cabins that we're staying in, so you got to come down every time you need to use the internet. But it's raining and it looks like it's going to stay like this for the next hour maybe, so I think it's time to just make some coffee, some breakfast, pack, and I hope it clears up. I've got wet weather gear with me, but I'd just rather not, you know. Back in the clubhouse in the mat room to check the weather again, because we've been sat around for like an hour now and the drizzle is just on and then off and then on and then off. It might be time now just to make a dash for it. I've got wet weather gear with me, but I hate getting wet and the bike gets covered in crap and you can't see anything and it's cold. But it's like 10 o'clock now, nearly 10 anyway, so can't really leave it much later, so I think it might be time to grow a pair and get on with it. Dad's gone now, so time to just get on the road, I think. Gave my tank a good wipe and my seat. The problem is if you don't wipe the tank down, all of the beads of rain that are already on it get pushed back by the wind and they sort of channel into your crotch, which is absolutely horrible, cold feeling. And also quite a good idea to just dry off the levers and grips because the gloves that I've got with me aren't waterproof. So that's a good way to avoid getting them wet straight away by just grabbing on your grips. Look at this jacket. Lovely, isn't it? Anyway, time to hit the road. Well, this is good. I've got like 160 miles I've done on this tank, so I'm due to fuel up soon. I'm certainly not going to make it back to London anyway. There's like 150 more miles to go, so I need a full tank, but my fuel cap is stuck shut and it's happened once before and I don't know why. I'm wondering if it's the air pressure or something like that. But I took one of the bolts out to see if it will relieve the pressure and that's not worked, so I just keep fiddling it, I suppose. The thing is, I've only got one key for this bike, so if I break the key I am I've been trying for ages now, so not quite sure what to do. I took out AA cover when we motorbiked to Bruges earlier this year and I think I've still got it, so I could call them, but I'm not sure how they'll get it out unless they've got some kind of skeleton key or I don't know. Maybe I'll try popping inside and see if I can get some WD and spray it in the keyhole. Worth a go, innit? I just texted Alice saying I'm going to be late back maybe because I can't get my fuel cap open and I might have to call the AA. And she went on YouTube, best website in the world, and found a video where a guy hit it with a mallet. So I just punched it and it opened. Hallelujah. That is a relief and a half. The reason you've got to hit it is because these two little wings have kind of got stuck in the seat, so you hit it to dislodge them. And I was pressing it up and down, but obviously that's not enough force, so a good whack does the job. The weather's picking up a bit now, so I can get this wet weather gear off and enjoy the sunshine a little bit. I think as I get towards London it's going to get even better. It wasn't that bad riding in the rain, although there was one bit where there was a cattle grid just before a corner and I was on the brakes and I was starting to lean over, and then I saw it, and you just got to pick the bike up as quick as you can, let go of the brakes and just roll over it. Even then I could feel the bike, you know, twitching a little bit, so just got to keep your eyes peeled for that kind of thing on those kinds of roads. Anyway, time to get on with it and get back on the road because it's 12 now and I'm only at Leominster, so there's a long old day ahead. Right, fueled up and ready to go now. Stressful. Stopped at the M4 services for a bit of lunch, so I'm back on the motorway, which is great fun. My bike, wish I was riding this GS, but I'm not, so at least it's dry anyway. It was raining a bit this morning, but no, it's not too bad. Bike feels great as well. My dad was saying after a weekend of long riding, you know, a couple of 100 miles each day, that his BMW was feeling a bit smoother, and I think mine's running a bit better. It only had 4,000 miles on the clock when I bought it, so it's pretty much just run in. Since then, most of the riding, majority of it that I've been doing has been in London, so you never really stretch its legs. But it feels a bit smoother. Maybe it's just me though, getting a bit better at riding it, who knows. Anyway, should be home in like 2 hours, fingers crossed, no dramas. Just got to get this last bit of the ride out of the way. The worst bit, motorway, and then filter in for an hour.